Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing fine. Welcome to this live session on the African Youth Architect. My name is Fatoumatta Jarbi. I am a second year PhD candidate in political science and global studies, specializing in foreign policy analysis. And I am the Director of Research, Education Research and Development at the African Youth Architect. And here with me today would be my co-host, Aniss Mennoune. He will introduce himself. And the purpose of this live session is to talk to you a little bit about our upcoming project that will be implemented next year in the Gambia called Knowledge Transfer by Africans for Africans, short for TAFA. The reason why we are doing this, we will get into that a little bit. But for now, we want to introduce our my co-host, Anis. He will come in and introduce himself, and then we can go right into it. Anis, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Fatoumatta. Good evening to you and everyone who's watching. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. As you said, I'm Aniss Mennoune. I'm the co-coordinator for the KTAFA project. Also, I'm a PhD candidate in political science, researching mainly social movements in North Africa. Uh, yes, so as you said, the KTAFA project is around education, science, and the intersection point between these two. I may leave you to introduce it briefly, and then we can go to details. Thank you, Fatou.
Thank you so much, Anis. So, how did this project came about? So last year, around not last year, it's actually this year, around June, I had an idea of doing something around education because I'm very passionate about education, higher education, anything that has to do with knowledge. Since hence my research, my thesis is around educational public diplomacy of Morocco. Before I came to Morocco, I studied at the University of the Gambia, and I thought of what can we do to give back, and this idea came about. What TAFA is all about is to bridge the knowledge gap of tertiary students in the Gambia, whether you are at UTG, whether you're in a public, all the public universities or linked to UTG or the private universities there, bridge their knowledge gap and to complement their tertiary education through seminars, workshops. So the idea is, how can we do this? So we came about this project. So what we are going to do is, first, there are two stages to the project. First, we are going to do sorry, before I continue, I'm just gonna give you a slight warning. I'm not feeling very fine today, so if I feel a bit lost, apologies for that. So the project is to build the knowledge to complement the tertiary education of Gambian students. What we are going to do is to connect them with expert volunteers all over, African expert volunteers, whether they're in Africa, whether they're in diaspora, to help these tertiary students, whether it has to do with soft skills, whether it has to do with hard skills. And but before we do that, we want this project to be evidence based. What I mean by evidence based is any decisions we are going to take is going to be through data, evidence based, through data that we are going to collect. So right now, what we are going to do is we are doing a needs assessment survey where we're going to collect data from tertiary students to speak to us a little bit about what the challenges they are going through, the hard skills, the soft skills part. And then from this data, we are going to link them with expert volunteers. So that's basically what we are doing right now. I would give you a little bit about a little bit more about where we are right now, the steps that we are going to take from now on till the implementation process and after the implementation process. But I've already spoken to you a little bit about the data. The surveys. I would give chance to Aniss to um, go do a deep dive on what the survey is about, the purpose of the surveys, the objectives, and how we are going to go about it. And we, like I said, it has a research element to it. So Anis is going to talk to you a little bit about the research elements and what we are working on right now when it comes to the research part of this project.
The floor is mine, right?
Yes, the floor is yours, Anis.
Yes, thank you, Fatoumatta. So, as you said, the research part of the project and the survey is, I personally consider it like the cornerstone of the whole project. Why? Because it's a determinant element whether like the effort put there either by us or by the volunteer experts who will organize seminars and this effort, will it achieve its objectives or not? It will have to pass through like the survey, through the data gathered by the survey. As you mentioned it before, this is like destined for the tertiary higher education students. And like when we are in higher education, when we are university students, either at bachelor, master, or PhD researcher, we are kind of the outcome of the whole education system, like from the elementary school. And so we cannot simply fix the whole system like from the beginning. We will have like to we have a task to do, the tertiary students. So we need to know what are we facing, and the only thing, in the only way or scientific way to know something, like to have like the gaps, to point right at them, is through the survey, which was made by a team of researchers. Many thanks to them, our assistant research team. So this is why it's important to the survey is it will help determine like the hidden things that we may not see when we take a first look. So this data, when we analyze it and we look for patterns, we look maybe for gaps, for something that are hidden, it is only there that the project in a whole could achieve its objectives, or it could we can get like the maximum results of it. And this is why I encourage all the students to fill the survey with honest questions, because it's determinant, and also it's a reminder that the survey is anonymous, so no personal data will be taken or delivered to any other third party. So it's for this purpose only, for the seminars, the training sessions, the soft skill sessions that will come after will need to be based scientifically and tackles those gaps. So this is why the survey is important, and also the analysis part is important, but the survey first. So it's a call for another time. I call all the students like to fill it in, to share it with their friends, because the more answers we get, the deeper understanding of the problems we will have, and also which means like the more efficient the solutions or the seminars presented will be. That's it. Thank you, Fatuma.
Thank you so much, Anis. Like you said, we are not here to fix the system. We know that there are challenges in higher education all around Africa. What this project is about is bringing in creating micro impacts. So what we are doing is to try to see what we can do and to try to help our brothers and sisters. I think it's a very important project, and like you said, we are urging every individual that's in the tertiary education system in the Gambia to fill the forms that are going around, to share it, because it is through these their responses that we will be able to do a cocktail, like a customized, whether it has to be workshop, seminars, masterclass, whether it has to be both on hard skills or soft skills. So this is the right time. We want maximum people to fill the survey. So this project is a pilot project. We want to do as 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. The pilot project, we are targeting to train 500 students, tertiary students in the Gambia. And then from the lessons that we learn, we can upscale it for the subsequent how will I say it, for the subsequent 2.0, 3.0. Um, the surveys are really important for two reasons. One, it will help us to customize to see how we can build a good pedagogy or modules that we're gonna build together with the expert volunteers. So the through the surveys, we'll be able to target the expert volunteers who are good in specific identifiable things that are from the survey, and through that we'll be able to know which people to reach out to, whether they are going to be professors, whether they are going to be professors in practice, those that are working public private sectors with, those who are very knowledgeable in particular areas, to come and help us develop master classes for these students. So they, when it comes to the implementation phase, it will be 2, 3, 4 days master class with them, where students would attend these classes, whether it has to do with soft skills. For example, if it's on research methodology, we all know that research methodology classes cannot be taught in a day. So you need at least a 2 or 3 day classes to actually compact or deconstruct what research is about, to help university or tertiary students when it comes to writing their thesis, when it comes to writing their project. So right now, as we are talking, we are people are starting to fill the forms, but they are a bit slow. As of now, we have only 23 responses. So please, we are urging you guys to share it maximum as possible for everyone to fill the surveys. And the reason why the survey is very important, the second reason is from the data we collected, which are anonymous, completely anonymous, we are going to write policy briefs. And these policy briefs would uh, be shared with stakeholders that are in higher education in the Gambia, including the Ministry of Higher Education and the others, to inform them of what is happening on the ground. I know to a certain extent they know what is happening on the ground, but for us to contribute our quota in letting them know, and that hopefully will inform their policy making and policy implementation in the future. And from the policy briefs and from the data that we received, it will also inform us of how to structure the upcoming uh, projects. So right now, a little bit about where we are right now. I've already talked about the surveys that were happening, but the background activities that are happening in this project. So an important thing I've missed, which is very important to say, is that the implementation part of the project, where we are going to be offering the seminars and the workshops and the masterclass, will hopefully be in beginning of next year. So we are targeting January next year. So it's really coming. It's soon. So we are urging right now everybody who can help, who is interested in um, providing quality higher education in the Gambia, to please join us in the project. We are open to partnerships, we are open to sponsorships. I think this is something that is going to make a real impact, and we really are urging everybody to we are urging everybody to join on this bandwagon to create a lot of impact. So, coming on the background activities that is happening right now, we have a research assistant team that is comprised of brilliant people all over Africa. Um, working, master students, PhD students, those who are passionate about education, those who are passionate about um, contributing to Africa's development from a micro level, are joining uh, us. They are sacrificing their time, their effort to make sure that this program is a success. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank them. They're doing amazingly well. They are pushing this background, um, this whole thing. And also about Aya. Aya is because this project is under Aya, which is the African Youth Architect. This organization has been ongoing since 2018. They are working on everything education, youth, entrepreneurship. They have a lot of flagship programs that they are working on. And one of them, aside from this, is the AI Corner, where they are trying to build an AI that can assist African made AI that can assist in the education, the African education, help students in class. So that is something that is really commendable. You would see them see it soon. I think they've already done programs in different African countries. So I urge everybody to follow the IAB social media handles. There is so much happening and so much to come. So right now, what I would do is to give a chance to Anis, if you want to add anything to what I've said, because this is supposed to introduce. It's going to be our first live sessions. Hopefully, there will be other live sessions to come, but this one is to give you an opportunity to get to know us, to get to know the project, what we are going, what's happening right now. So just yeah, just an introductory remark. And like I said, the needs assessment survey is what's going on right now. The survey will close on the 20th. We thank everybody who have filled the survey so far, but we need more people to come in, because we want anything we are doing to be evidence based. We are targeting tertiary education students. It doesn't matter whether you are in the UTG, whether you are doing vocational skill training. As long as you are a tertiary student in the Gambia, your voice matters. And right now is the time for you to make your voices heard. Anis, you can come in.
Uh, Thank you, Fatoumatta. Well, I think you have said enough, but I just wanted to mention a very important element about the project in general and about the survey, which is linked also to the training sessions or seminars that will come after. And that thing is very important because when we say academic needs assessment, we do not only mean by that like the gaps in the purely academic stuff, like the things. I don't want like students to understand that we are providing some materials or just to pass, for the students to pass, because we are all students. We have been students in the bachelor and the masters. Like we study to pass, sometimes even if we are not understanding what are we studying, but we just tend to do whatever it takes to pass, and then we tend to forget about it 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. We totally forgot about things, either because we were not interested or because it was not introduced to us the right way. So and this does not happen only in higher education. Like it starts in elementary school and high school, especially with subjects like math or physics. Or so what do we aim to do in this project? And this is we return every time we go back to why the survey it's important, why the survey it's important. So we will try to aim at other or non-academic stuff or non-purely academic stuff, something like critical thinking, maybe the way how to understand, to truly understand a phenomena, whether it's in like a pure science, I don't know, biology, maybe physics, or political science, law. It's like there is a methodology of understanding. There is how to ask the right questions, how to know if you understand something or not, or just you want to study it to pass. So those things, because they are important. We may pass, we get the degree, we go to work, or but we miss a lot. We miss a lot besides academic knowledge, and that's why I said non-academic stuff like soft skills. Like uh, we may pass with I don't know, major maybe, but we have problems in communication with colleagues, with classmates. Of course, we will take those struggles with us, and when we work, when in our daily life maybe. So the project is not only about academic stuff, because when we hear academics needs, academic needs assessment, we tend we tend to think, yes, this project will help us pass. Maybe it will, but the aim is more than that. It's much more. It's like to create a new sort of, not create, it already have been there, but to expose more, a new sort of profiles, a new sort of, it's kind of new generation that we are aiming to do. And I think that is, if not the most important thing, I think that is one of the most important thing, because if we learned how to learn, I think it's more important than passing, having a degree, or even a PhD. So yeah, the impact of this is not only on the personal level of the student, it's also on the social level, because this student will go to work, he will meet other people. So this, it's like a snowball effect. If we get better at academic or academia, so we study well, we pass, and we also have another set of skills, communication, AI maybe, using the new forms of technologies in a way to collaborate, to coordinate, to communicate projects and stuff. This will be a much important lever, and will definitely, it will contribute to development not only in higher education but in other sectors. uh, it may be a small impact, but as we say, with every drop the river gets bigger. So that's what I wanted to, and why I wanted to mention this. Especially, I want the beneficiaries to get to know that it's, this is the bigger like aim we are looking at. We start small with, we return to the survey. It's because there is a part in the survey that asks questions about this, the understanding, and I urge like the students to give it all the attention and the concentration, because it's very important, and it is as important as passing exams, having a degree. And that's what I want to say. Thank you, Fatoumatta.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aniss. You raised really important points here. The reason why this is very important, and the reason why we are not only focusing on the heavily technical side of education, is because you need a balance of both. You need to be good at what you are doing, but you also need to have soft skills to complement it. Like someone used to tell me is that education, your degree just gets you to the door, but what keeps you there is the soft skills that you have gathered along the way. And right now what people are looking for are employees, or whether employees or you want to create your own job, they want people that are competent in various skills, whether it has to do with critical thinking, or how to write, how can you construct your ideas in a way that is convincing and persuasive, how can you think critically about um, complex issues and boil it down to a way that people understand. When you are talking about research, how can you conduct research? Are you familiar with research methodologies? All of these things are skill sets that need to be harnessed in all tertiary students. Whether you are in the vocational skills, they need people that are competent in what they're doing. You can be good at workshop like welding or everything, but if you want people to come to your to your business, you need to know how to communicate. You need to know how to sell yourself. So communication, self confidence, are skills that people undermine, but they are an integral part of what makes you who you are in your professional journey. So, like we said, we are looking at this from a micro level. How can we do create micro impact? And we are doing this through the flagship under the African Youth Architects, specifically their research lab, where whatever we are doing, it's informed by data, it's informed by evidence, and through this evidence, we can say, okay, this is what they need. So this is how we can bridge that gap. So I think it's very important, and we urge the beneficiaries to come together with us. Let them support this project. We are also looking for when we start the implementation project on the ground in the Gambia. We'll be looking for volunteers. So volunteers from all over, from the tertiary education system. We need you guys help to make this program a success. This is for you. It's created by young people who understand the struggles of higher education, who are going through it now, and who have a direct understanding of how things are going. And through these, through our experiences, this project came to be. And we are urging you guys to please share the needs assessment survey as to the max your network. We need everybody to feel it. Be as honest as possible. Do not shy away from your responses to say, okay, or maybe let me not talk about this. Maybe it's a bit too sensitive, or maybe it's not as important. Every little bit of information that you think is part of your experience and is true of your experience, please include it into the survey. So I think generally that is what we have for you guys today. We just want to thank our partner, Professor Sidat Yafa, who has been the educational ambassador of African Youth Architects since 2020, and one of our partners for this knowledge transfer by Africans for Africans. Like we said, we are open to partnerships, people who are passionate about education, quality delivering quality education, and supporting people who share the same mission. We really are open to it. You can reach out to the African Youth Architect. So I think that's something important that we have to say. Professor Yafa has been really supportive of Aya's educational work, and we want more partnerships like this with other individuals at an individual level, at an institutional level. It's really important that we have people that are supporting these type of initiatives. So right now we are open to questions, comments from our Facebook. If you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching from YouTube, if you're watching from LinkedIn, we are open to comments, questions, and there's so much to come. There's so much that this project is gonna, um, how would I say this, is gonna do, and all we need is that commitment and the show of support from the potential beneficiaries, who are our brothers and sisters in the Gambia. So please feel free to ask your questions. There are technical people out there who would put our attention to if there are any questions that need to be asked. And finally, like I said, I want to thank our 11 team research assistants that are working with us. They're doing amazingly well. We want to thank them for their efforts and their work. They're as diverse as you can imagine, people from all over Africa, making sure that this program, although is starting in the Gambia, but is an initiative that is part of Africa. So having talking about having African solutions to African problems, this is what it means. Whether you are, it doesn't matter whether you are from a particular country or not. As long as we have a shared vision and a shared goal, we can achieve that anywhere. So what is next? So right now, we have a question says where next. I don't understand where next. Maybe it means what's next now. So what is next is, as soon as the data collection is done, we are going to have a period where we are going to analyze the data. So we have our research, which is going to be done by our research assistant team. They're going to analyze the data to see what is being said, and through that, we are going to identify key things that we are going to do. So from the data, we will start looking at profiles that can um, teach, we can say teach, share knowledge, through sorry guys, I'm getting lost, like I said. I'm not feeling fine. But after the data analysis part, what the next part is to look for the profiles. And when we look for the profiles, we are going to design the modules with them, whether it's going to be a master class, whether it's going to be a workshop, whether it's going to be a seminar or even a webinar. And when we have that, then by January, inshallah, we would be doing the implementation part in the Gambia. The venues and everything logistic wise will be, you will get to know that as we go. And like I said, it will be more than a 1 day event. So courses or things will be happening simultaneously. When we are done with the data analysis and we have the profiles we are looking for, we are going to do a call for application. So that call for application, we are going to, it will comprise of like a form that you're going to fill, and from there you're going to be interested. You can choose courses that you are interested in taking, and through that, when you are accepted, then you would be, how will I say it? Then you would be put in different sections.
In the right sections.
Exactly, in the right section, depending on your interest. If your interest is, okay, I want to learn how to do research, then you'll be put in the research seminar. If you say, okay, I want to learn how to do public speaking, everything, you're going to be doing in there. If it has to do with technical skills as well, the same thing will be done. And then after the courses are done, then the next step is, of course, the we're gonna do a sort of like a mini graduation ceremony for our 500 students that are going to be the first graduates of the 1.0 TAFA project. So after that, hopefully during that the graduation ceremony session, we would do the presentation of our policy briefs. So simultaneously as the courses are happening, we are writing the policy briefs that we are going to present to the stakeholders. So we'll invite different stakeholders. So the seminars, the project implementation will happen in January. So in general, right now the specific dates are not set yet, but the month is will be in January, inshallah. So that is what we're gonna do. And then after that, we would regroup and see how we're gonna move to the next step of the 2.0. So the 2.0 may happen in the Gambia, or it may happen in another African country where you find the African Youth Architect headquarters as well. So so it might be in the Gambia, it might be in another country, or it can happen simultaneously in the Gambia, in another country. But all of that will happen after we already know, learn from the 1.0. So the 1.0 in itself is a lesson. It's a pilot project. That's why it's called a pilot project. We are going to test it to see what went right, what went wrong, what can we improve for the subsequent ones. So basically, that is it. I am reiterating this again. Partnerships, sponsorships, we need this. We are open to any form of partnership, whether any form. Please reach out to us. We want to make this a huge success. We want to create an impact, and we are doing it from a micro level up. And like we say in research, everything is connected. So whether it's gonna if it's at the micro level, there's always going to be a ripple effect that will go up. So we are looking at that. We are starting from the bottom up instead of top bottom. So that's where we are starting from, the real grassroots. So basically, that is it, and hopefully we will have other live sessions that as we go through, because we want to make sure that we are connected with not only our target audience but the general public. We want to walk you through what we are happening. We want you to be involved in everything we are doing. We don't just want to do something once and it's done. As we are going through the events, we want to update you whether it's going to be another live session, or please be following our social media pages as we are going to be doing updates as we go. When we are about to do the implementation phase in the Gambia, we also do a live session to make sure that we inform you of the key important questions and points that you need to consider. So, Anis, do you have any final thoughts, final questions, or
I just want to encourage all the beneficiaries again to fill the survey. It will help us as it will help you. Yeah, and thanks also to our team, all the research assistants and the AYA team. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Fatoumatta. And
yes,
hopefully we'll have another live sessions when we can talk about other things as well as the development of the project because
exactly.
we're still in phase one.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So also where to find the survey, you can find it on Facebook and on LinkedIn, on the website of African Youth Architects. Just type African Youth Architects, and on the Facebook page you can find the link to the survey. If you have any questions regarding the project in any way, you can always leave a comment on Facebook under the survey, the 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 survey post, and we will try to reach out to you. You can directly reach to the, of course, please visit our website, africanyoutharchitects.org, where you can get to learn more about what we are doing as an organization, our educational projects. You can get to know about the AI Corner, which is a very important, critical thing right now, especially in our generation of artificial intelligence. How can we best utilize AI in education the right way? And I think that is a really amazing project that African Youth Architect is doing. There's so much in store that is coming. So please follow our social media pages. And Annie said, please, we are begging you, fill the forms, because this is for you guys. The maximum number of responses we have will help us in creating the events, the webinars, the seminars that are coming, and it will make our policy brief as rich as possible from your own words, from your own experiences. So these are your voices that we will represent in this survey, in these policy briefs. And as always, it's anonymous, so nothing identifiable from your personal data is used. So please be confident to write as much as you can. So I think that we've come to the end of the live session for today. We thank everybody who has joined this live session, and we hope to see you in other ones as well. So we wish you a really good. Well, it's already at the end of the weekend, but we wish you a great week ahead. And yes, we are always at your disposal. If you have any questions, if you want to help in any way, show your support in any way, we are open. Thank you. I said that okay, those from can those abroad fill the survey as well? No, unfortunately, because this is for tertiary students that are doing their studies in the Gambia. So we are targeting that one for now. So those abroad, unfortunately, are not part of the target group for now. Hopefully, in the future, we would have um, a project related to those abroad. Yeah, but thank you so much, Stranger D, for your questions. So yeah, wish you a great week ahead. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.